Barak, Yahweh, Allah, Shalom, righteous family. Welcome back to TRU-TALK. And whoever exalt himself will be humbled. And he who humble himself will be exalted. I want to tell a story about the time I got exalted when I was humble. But this story is also more of not only me being humble, but me being considerate, me being thoughtful and not greedy. And when you humble yourself and be considerate of others and be thoughtful, you'll be rewarded. Now, at this time, I was 18. I was locked up. You know, it's crazy. I learned a lot of lessons locked up because I didn't have a father figure. So just life, period. I learned a lot of lessons in life, but I got a lot of lessons that I learned by being locked up. And it was, the Most High showing me and teaching me how to be not only a man, but a better man. But nevertheless, I was 18 locked up. You know how it goes. No money on the books. Nobody writing me. They gave you jumpers, but what they was calling free balling. If you didn't have no money to buy t-shirts and boxes, you would just have the jumper on and you'll be butt naked up under that jumper. They'll have it cold in them dorms. So usually we'll wrap the covers around us. But yeah, we call it free balling. They're like, oh man, you free balling? You ain't got no money on your books. You can't buy no boxes or t-shirt. But nevertheless, this is how it was. I had the jumper on, but I was butt naked up on the jumper. In jail you can make little deals like on chicken day, fried chicken day, or pancake day. Them was the best. Wednesday was pancake for breakfast and fried chicken for dinner. And that was the best meal during the week. So doing that, you can trade your chicken or pancakes if you want to go hungry for that day and didn't want the best meal of the week. But most people cherish them meals. But you can trade that chicken or pancake for some items. Maybe you would make a deal. Somebody say, hey man, I give you 3 sheets of papers and a pen for your pancake. And somebody will overhear and they'll be like, pull you to the side like, man, I give you 10 pieces of paper and a pen for your pancakes. And you'll make the best deal. Or, you may sell chicken for a couple of envelopes, paper and pen, so you can be able to write, and may trade 2 lunch trays for a new pair of shirts or boxes. You just find a way to hustle to make do. But you're gonna have to give up something, sacrifice something, especially if you ain't got no money on your books. And I was in it was a 4-man sale, but it was 3 of us in there. It was me, another dude that was probably maybe 2 years older than me. He maybe be about 20. And then there was this older dude that he was, I'm gonna say, in his early 40s. And we was all in this cell together. And me and the 20-year-old, both of us were free balling. Both of us didn't have money on our books, or, you know, nobody wasn't writing us. And when you get locked up, you understand that's about 75% of people that's locked up. But nevertheless, the dude that was in our room, he was straight. He had boxers, t-shirt. He got money put on his books every month. He had when you got store call, you can buy this chest. They'll give you this chest, and you can put all your food in there. And he had a big chest with just all type of snacks and foods and t-shirts and boxes, just everything that somebody locked up would want. He had it. And during the nighttime, or during the time when it was time to lock down in the cells, you know, we'll spend hours and hours in the cell until we come off lockdown. But nevertheless, during them hours, and especially at night, you know, you'll get real hungry. And the older gentleman, he'll go in his chest and he'll pull out some crackers or whatever he got in there to eat, he'll pull it out. And most people in jail, they'll just eat their food and they don't care nothing about you being hungry. It's because rightfully so, that they family put money on their books, it's their food, and they gonna enjoy their food. But this man, he had a heart. And I can tell because every time he grab I'll be sitting there on my bunk and I hear him go in his chest. And every time he gets something, he'll offer us something. He'll say, because like, I know y'all hungry. Y'all want some of these cookies? Y'all want some of this? And the first 2 times, I ain't gonna lie, I was hungry. And I took him up on the offer. And he was like, yeah, man, I don't mind. Like, I know I get hungry in here. I know it's hard. And I took him up on his offer, wherever he had. He gave us some and I ate it. But after those first 2 times, it bothered me because, look, we all one another. I'm a man. I know how it is. You want to eat your food in peace and not have to feed grown men that you ain't obligated to feed. But because I guess he was kind of like a father figure to us and we was young, and he didn't want to be mean or mistreat us and just eat in front of us. So every time he opened something, he'll offer. And the 20-year-old, the other dude that was in the dorm with, he'll never turn it down. He'll be like, yeah, let me get some, big dog. Yeah, let me get some. And he'll even be waiting till the man to open up something so he can eat. But I stopped accepting his offer. And he'll be like, you want something? I be like, man, I'm good. Next day or next hour or so, man, you want something? Nah, I'm good. Because I'm like, man, eat your food. That's your, that's how I'm thinking. That's your family member put money on your books for you. That's your food. I'm all right. I'm gonna survive. I'm not gonna sit in this cell and eat up your food, even if you offering. But the other dude, he never said no. He never turned down the offer. Every time the dude said you want something, he was like, yeah. And I was being considerate. He was being considerate of me, but I was also being considerate of him. But the 20-year-old, he wasn't being considerate. He was just thinking about himself. So time passed and the older gentleman, he got ready to leave. I call him older gentleman, 40 is still young, but he was older than us because I was 19, the other dude was 20. So he got ready to leave. And the 20-year-old was like, oh man, when 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 big bro leave, man, when homeboy leave, when OG leave, I'm gonna ask him for his chest. Out the whip. That's what he said. That's what he was thinking about. That when the man leave, he gonna, because that's what they do when most of the time when they leave because they going out there in the free world and they're gonna basically be able to have everything they need. They leave it, everything that they have in there, they leave behind. So, maybe they partners or whoever they want to, because they know we struggling. They know it's gonna be, help out. So it was on his mind to get this man chest. And I was just humble. I was like, okay, cool, do you? And when that man got to leave, he pulled me to the side and he said, look, he said, when we was in that cell, every time I offered, you turned it down. You didn't just take every time I offered. But he was like that other dude, every time I offered, he never turned me down. He was like, I just want you to know I appreciate that you was humble enough and considerate enough. And you wasn't somebody that just had their hand out and wanted to take from me and eat up all my stuff. And I was like, man, it's cool. That's your food. I didn't, of course, even though you was offering, I know how it is. I know you want to eat your stuff in peace. And he was like, because you was considerate, I'm gonna leave you my chest. And Stokall just came in. So he had filled that chest up with all type of goods. Also, this chest had, you know, two fresh pairs of boxes ain't been opened, two fresh pairs of white tees that ain't been opened, pens, pads, envelopes, you know, everything you need is gonna be straight. He left it to me instead of my roommate. My roommate, he exalted himself, hoping and thinking the man was gonna lead the chest to him, wanting the man to lead the chest to him. But me, I just humble myself. Finish. Okay. Take something. Drink your tea. But that just showed me that when you stay humble and you consider others and you don't be selfish, no matter what predicament you're in, that you will find favor in the sight of the Most High and in the sight of men. That's real honorable to be considerate, to not take advantage of people, to want for people to be comfortable and be able to enjoy their self. Because, a lot of times we only think about me being comfortable, me enjoying myself, and we don't think about others being comfortable and enjoying themselves. And a lot of times we make it uncomfortable for other people and miserable for other people because we too selfish and we only thinking about ourselves. Well, we all think about one another and be considerate. There's a war. And it just reminds me of this scripture that whoever exalt himself will be humble. Because that young man that was 20 years old, he thought he was going to get the chest. But because he exalted himself the whole time and thought about himself and was not being considerate, he got humble and got left with nothing. But because I humbled myself and was considerate and not selfish, I was exalted and got left with a treasure, a suitcase full of treasure. And boy, it put me in the game. After that, I was straight until I left. I made a couple moves, made a couple sales. I wasn't greedy. I wasn't eating every night. I looked out for a couple of people. Now, nothing lasts forever. It ran out. But by the time it ran out, I was on my way home. And that was a blessing that got me through that time. That blessing that I wouldn't have got if I wasn't humble, considerate. I wasn't, if I wasn't, if I was selfish and wasn't thinking about others and just thinking about myself. So I hope this story bless y'all. Till next time. Shalom.